Well, hello retro game players, thank you for tuning in. I'm Marcus, and we're going to be doing I'm Moving the PC game collection. However, this is just like part 2 of a 3-part episode because the last one was big box PC games, and those are huge, very cool, very retro. Those are my favorites. These are the ones that are like a step down from there, and these were released, you know, to basically be better off with the environment. So here's an example. It's a little smaller. Still, some of them have a fold like that, which is cool. But we're going to go through all those. There's quite a few. So after this video, there's going to be another PC game collection, although that's going to be like smaller CDs or, you know, loose games and that kind of stuff. And anyway, so thanks for watching, and let's go ahead and dig in. Alright, so first off is Dungeon Siege 2. And here's, you know, as I showed you a second ago, the flap. And the back is kind of cool. This is from, I don't know, 2005 or 6 or something, so it's about 10 years old. Now these are slip covers, as you can see. This is like, oh god, it doesn't want to come out of there. This is the kind of like a large DVD case. So if you open it up, you know, it's got the disc in there and the manual and all that stuff. So anyway, they kind of made these little slip covers for a lot of them, but not all of them, the ones that we're going to talk about today, have it. So anyway, again, this was all about the environment. They wanted to shrink them down a little bit. And then, yeah, eventually they went to DVD cases, which we're going to talk about in a second. Need for Speed Pro Street. I can't say I really got into this game, so I don't know much about it. It's a pretty beat-up box, too. So this is the Chronicles of Riddick. This was a pretty interesting movie with Vin Diesel, and so this was a game based on that. I actually have another copy as a DVD case, but this one is in kind of a smaller box, so thought I'd show that. Of course, Grand Theft Auto 5. I actually did a pretty cool video on this one where I bought it and then built the computer that's actually right there. And we built this on the channel. So yeah, this was the game that I got to build that thing, and it was a cool video. You know, we built the computer, and then if you've been watching the channel, we have a lot of Grand Theft Auto gameplay videos, which I think are really fun. It's the whole single-player campaign. So anyway, that's GTA 5, which is massive. I think it's like 5 or 7 DVDs. It's out of control. Here's Diablo 2, an expansion set. So this is kind of neat. This is called Lord of Destruction. So that's always kind of cool to have those. Here's SimCity 4, which is pretty awesome. I actually never really got into the later SimCity games. Now, this is Sid Meier's Civilization Play the World, so it's Civilization 3. I think it's another kind of expansion. I'm going to have lots of expansions in this video. Unreal Tournament 2004. I love how official it looks, you know. But yeah, again, the flap opens. Pretty awesome. Here's Myst 4 Revelation. Again, pretty cool looking. I did beat this one. It wasn't my favorite, that's for sure. Fable, The Lost Chapter. You know, I'm not sure what's going on, if this is like a expansion or a sequel. It just says more quests, so I'm guessing, yeah, it's an expansion. Can't really say I've ever played that. Heroes 5. Pretty awesome artwork on the back there. Stronghold 2. So this is actually pretty cool. I remember my friends getting pretty addicted to playing this. This is actually a pretty fun game. Demigod. And this one's actually like really thick, so it kind of stands out a little bit. The cover is really damaged, so I have to be very careful. There we go. So that's kind of interesting. And then this one's huge too. This is Empire Earth, the Gold Edition, and it features quite a few different things. It says Game of the Year, so it's got Empire Earth, and then Empire Earth, the Art of Conquest expansion. So this one's huge. The Ultimate Flight Collection, Pacific Fighters, Lock On, which is actually really cool. And then I'm not sure, I can't remember what IL-2 is, but it's it seems like I actually installed this. It's super hard to configure. Once you do, it's awesome. Wayne and I actually played this quite a bit, where we had the F-15 and we're flying around, and oh my god, it was insane. I think we used the joystick. It's like the 940 Logitech. I can't really remember, but Anyway, these are really awesome games. They're super detailed. So yeah, it's just they're really, really complicated to set up and get the flight controls set up. I mean, it literally took us forever to figure out how to freaking take off. Like, seriously, like hours. And then we finally did it, and it was a blast, and we were like targeting on, you know, other jets and dogfighting, and the graphics are insane. And anyway, we actually never even tried to record it because it was so intense, but it's a blast. I don't know what the hell this is. This is Destination Treasure Island. It looks like some really bad PC, like almost, I don't even know what to say about this. It says it's an adventure game, so I can't say if this is any good. I'm sorry, I have no idea. Here's Call of Duty United Offensive Expansion Pack. So kind of interesting, you know, back when Call of Duty was reigning on PC, the early days. Pretty interesting. Heroes of the Pacific. You know, I don't know what this is, but it looks pretty awesome. It's got more like airplane combat. Love that stuff. Here's Iron Man. I don't know. My guess is this game sucks, but I don't know. Medal of Honor Airborne. Again, I just don't know if this is any good. It looks pretty cool though. So maybe you're like airborne infantry. Halo Combat Evolved. Of course, I beat this. Actually, this is the version I played on as the PC. I never played it on Xbox. I just beat it on PC. My friend Chris was all into this game. He was like full on into this. And we used to play online and, oh my god, Capture the Flag and all that stuff. So really cool classic game. Here's Quake 4. Love the box of this. This is really, really cool. Again, it opens up. So, this is a pretty interesting one. This is Retro City Rampage. I already showed a version of this. I believe maybe even a couple different versions, but I showed a version on the Super Nintendo that was like in an old Super Nintendo box, and that was actually an old floppy disk. And this is the same thing. This is Retro City Rampage, and I think it's on, let's see what it's on. Oh, 3.5 high density floppies. The other one was 5 1/4 floppy, which is even older. But anyway, this game's pretty rad, and yeah, it's kind of cool to have. Here's the original Call of Duty. You know, I actually think this is pretty awesome to have, just how it's the old school one, and it's kind of the one that started it all, so pretty awesome. And then right behind it is Call of Duty 2, the Collector's Edition, which is kind of stupid because it's not like it's in a collector case or anything. I don't know why this is different than, you know, maybe it's just because it's the reflective box, which I do like. But anyway, there's Call of Duty 2. Here's the competitor, Battlefield 2. This is also a very cool game. And then I'm not sure what this is. This is Red Orchestra. It's some kind of first-person shooter, but it also looks like there's tank sequences. So I don't know. I don't know if this is any good. I have no idea. Have you guys played this one? Now these two are really awesome. This is Flight Simulator X. This is one of the best finds ever at a Salvation Army. I think I got this for seriously like $3. And it's so awesome. Wayne and I have played this. Mark has come over. He's been on the channel. We've played this before. So that's really cool to have. This is like the latest edition of Microsoft Flight Sims. And it's, you know, there's no combat or anything, but it's just really, really awesome. And then this is the sequel. And this is not the sequel. It's like an expansion pack called Acceleration. So again, same Salvation Army, another $3.50. Super, super good find. Max Payne 2, another classic game. You know, in the big box collection we have Max Payne. That's a great game, but this one was also really good. And I just picked up Max Payne 3 on PlayStation 3. I've never played it, so I'm excited to, because I really like this game, and really especially the first one. But yeah, pretty cool. Open Season. This is some kind of Disney or Pixar game. I have no idea if it's any good. My guess is it's not, but I don't know. The Age of Conan, Hyborian Adventures. This looks badass. I just don't know if it's any good. I've never played this one. So, looks really cool though. Here's the very first Fear. This is supposed to be cool. Actually, it's funny, Wayne beat this one and he was telling me about it. I've never played this. I think I watched him play it, or maybe I played it one night on like Xbox 360, but anyway, pretty cool. Here's Half-Life 2 Episode 1. So, this is a really cool follow-up to Half-Life 2. And it's kind of neat. They released a bunch of these different versions of this, kind of. Here's Half-Life 2, the original, which is just so awesome. And they actually have different covers, too. Like, they had different editions of Half-Life 2 with different characters on the front. And, man, what a classic game. Also, they released a free graphical upgrade to this, which is like a patch, which makes it really look really good. So I was actually thinking about playing that on the channel at some point too. Gears of War. Wayne's actually beat this with Mark. They've both been on the channel before. And I haven't beat it, but I've gotten to spots that are super difficult, but we were playing on the Xbox 360. Now, Doom 3, it's funny because when this game came out, there was actually like a weird beta version that got released, and I was playing it way before it was released, and a lot of people were. And it was really awesome to check out how cool it was. And even today, I'd say this game's pretty freaky, and it's well done. It's super dark. It's just kind of different, you know? It's like, I don't know if it's a slower pace, but it's kind of like that, you know, compared to the old Dooms. But it's still really good. Beat this game, and I love it. BioShock, what an amazing game. What an amazing game. I love the graphics, and the art style, and the storyline. What an amazing game BioShock is. So, highly recommend this. Oblivion. What an amazing game this is. I can tell you, I played this game for probably like 2 years. Like just on and off. Exploring, getting the expansion packs, all that stuff. I mean, I loved this game. And at the time, my computer, I had to completely upgrade my computer to play it. But yeah, it was one of the best games I think I've ever played. And I still, to this day, like this one more than Skyrim. Although I do like Skyrim. The thing that I have that's like a problem with these games, and this is just me, and to some extent even the Fallout games, which I'm a huge fan, huge Fallout fan, but the thing that kind of drives me crazy is sometimes, well, after a while you kind of just feel like you're a courier, you know, like you're just doing missions, like going back and forth and just doing these back and forth missions, like go retrieve this, go retrieve that, go talk to this person, retrieve this, go blah blah blah. And like after a while it's just like, dude, like I liked the dungeon aspects, and like, you know, anyway, there's nothing like when you first start one of these games, they're so immersive, and then maybe like 15, 20, 30 hours down the road, that's when you kind of start to go like, ugh. But it's still fun. It's still great. Great storyline. I just like this one a little better than Skyrim. Never played this. SimCity Societies. That's hard to say. Say that 10 times fast. Have no idea what's going on here. Looks interesting, but I've just never played it. Sims 2 teen style stuff. Boy, that sounds awesome. It looks like a dog got a hold of this copy though. The Sims Vacation expansion pack. So I've never really been into The Sims. I got these, but I don't know. I'm not really that big into it. This is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, which is pretty awesome. These are awesome games. They're really fun. Super ambient, and yeah, pretty cool. TMNT, yeah, I beat this one. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't really my favorite. Lost, I never even watched the show. I don't have any idea if this is good, but it's kind of cool to have. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 06. This is a classic. Plants vs. Zombies. Talk about an addicting game. I think it's PopCap Games. Love this game. Serious Sam 2. Super awesome. In fact, this is like my favorite version. Serious Sam 1 or 2. On the channel, one of the very first videos we did was play through the entire game of Serious Sam 3, the BFE, which is the big fucking edition. I don't know. Anyway, it's a long video, or long series, I should say. But this one I liked a lot more. I just thought it was like you can just see how much more colorful it is. Whereas Serious Sam 3 just seems so drab and like I don't know, it just was so, like the color palette was so washed out, and yeah. Anyway, I really like this one a lot more. These are just sort of mixed in here. So Commodore 64. This is Club Casino. I don't have a Commodore 64, unfortunately. I had friends who had them. I never had one growing up, but there's a game for it. Here's another one, Family Feud. And this is a totally different box, which is kind of unusual, but... And then here's Pole Position, which is pretty awesome to have, of course. And this one's in pretty good shape, actually. Totally random. Here's Star Trek, the 25th anniversary with Mac Play, which, I don't know, just totally random. I have this one. But they're in here, so I thought I'd cover them. And then also Fez, which is the physical release, which we talked about. It's just got like a USB key in here. I have to be very careful with this one. but there's a USB key in there, and that's awesome to have as well. I love Fez. Love the soundtrack too that we talked about. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. Alright, here's Delta Force Extreme. Now I talked about the last video, the big box video, Delta Force. There was one game in there. I can't remember which one it was. I swear it was like Delta Force something, and they had come up with some kind of unique style of graphics that use like raster graphics or something to make them render like blades of grass and stuff. But this one's Extreme, so I'm not sure what that means. I mean, you can put Extreme at the end of anything and suddenly it's, you know, really awesome. Here's Company of Heroes. You know, I never played this one. It definitely looks pretty awesome though. So I just haven't played that. Brothers in Arms. I missed this one too, but looks pretty cool. Very cool World War II style game. Hellgate London. That sounds freaking awesome. Remember the Dead, Fight for the Living. I mean, that looks totally sick. Haven't played that. Schism. Yeah, I don't know. This is like some kind of adventure. Look at this. Look at this one. Folds out. They're like, you know what? We really wanted a big box PC game. This looks just like they're trying to be Riven or something. But anyway, the mysterious journey begins. So I've never played this. Seems like I have this loose on just discs. So it might come up in another video. The 10th anniversary DVD edition, which is really cool because it's got Myst and Riven and then Myst 3 Exile. All these games are pretty good. I don't really like the third one as much, but the first two I really do like, you know, and they're definitely like point and click, but they're fun. They're challenging. So yeah, they're pretty cool. I was an Atomic Mutant, and this is pretty cool. The cover is just like raised and very awesome looking. Again, it looks pretty intense. I have not played this, but it looks really wacky. That's the best way to describe it. Like a 50s kind of thing. In the last video, the big box game, there was one called Space Bunnies Must Die. Looks really similar. Now, Wayne and I have actually played this on the channel. This is Microsoft Combat Flight Simulator 3, and this is a really classic game. Super fun. We had some fun with this one. Here's Civilization 4, the Gold Edition. So, another step up from just the regular. You got the gold. You got the gold. Here's Gothic 3. You know, I've never played this. Looks kind of cool, but I have no idea if it's any good. And then Gothic 3 Forsaken Gods. So this must be another expansion. But it says on the front, standalone expansion, which is very cool to know that. Alright, so now we're down to just the single-size DVD case games, which, you know, most of the games now for PC come like this, but not all of them. You can still go out and you'll see the thicker ones. So first off, Duke Nukem Forever. Of course, this is a classic game that, in the sense of classic, like classically delayed, classically overhyped, and then classically kind of horrible. I still want to play this. I never played through the whole thing. I really want to check it out. I mean, I waited for this game forever, and it was just such a letdown. Super Meat Boy. This is awesome to have. This is one of the earliest games that we were playing on the channel. I mean, way back. So if you're interested in checking that out, go ahead. I love this game. I love having the physical release. Another good physical release is Braid. So very cool to have that. You know, I don't know what this one is. This is Motherload. It sounds awesome. The Goldium edition. I love how they say Goldium. That just sounds hilarious. So, I don't know. I don't know anything about this one. It looks cool though. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. This looks freaking awesome. The PS3, I've got a game that has this included, but it's nice to have this one as a standalone for PC. So that's what this is. Fear 2 Project Origin. So again, pretty awesome. Here's The Sims 3 Late Night. So you know they're out just hanging out, staying up all night, partying. Here's The Sims 3 Far Cry. I did beat this game. I actually beat Far Cry 1 and 2. So Amnesia. This is a great game. I actually have beat this a couple times. One time I sat through and watched my nephew beat it, and he was terrified, but he did it. Rainbow Six Vegas 2. Never played this. I think I have it on PS3 as well. Now I don't know how to pronounce this. Aion, something like that. Assault on Baloria? I don't know. It looks interesting. There's a freaking panda right here. I'm not sure what's going on. But it looks interesting. Divinity 2 Eco Dragonus. Dragonis. Eco Dragonis. I don't know anything about this one either, so looks pretty weird. Now this is not a video game, it's just a comic book collection of Star Trek, but it fits nicely with these, so that's where it's kept. But yeah, kind of cool. Space Siege. I don't know, I haven't played this one. Looks kind of cool, you know. Aitken's Artifact. This one looks really awesome. This says, includes title song Sanity from Ice-T's Body Count. Hell yeah. That's freaking hilarious. This game just looks nuts, featuring the voice of Ice-T as Agent Kane. I mean, whoa, hello. This one looks rad. Dungeons? Is that what it says? Dungeons. So, I don't know what this one's about. Looks kind of interesting though. Necrovision. So, that sounds pretty awesome too. Haven't played that one. Trine? I'm not sure what this one is either. So, I've got a lot of really weird ones. And then, of course, Dragon Age Origins, which, honestly, I haven't played this. So, I just picked this one up the other day. It was in a PC game lot that was like 20 bucks. So, I got like a few other games too. Anyway, that's it, you guys. That's the last one for this video. There's going to be another video with a bunch of other PC games that are kind of like, you know, in the old CD cases and stuff. And there's a ton of those. So, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And, you know, until next time, you know what to do. Keep that shit retro by playing the old dusty PC games. Later on.